Hi everybody, it's Miss Erin. For our last STEM project of this summer's summer reading program, the theme Imagine Your Story, I thought we would do a couple of projects that really help capture my imagination. So today we're going to be doing two different projects that have to do with catapults. Alright, so let's get started with our first catapult project, which is making a straw rocket catapult. Now, I first found this project on Instructables.com, and it actually also had a video to go along with it, so I would recommend you check that out if you feel like you need more thorough instructions than what I'm doing here today. And I found it a bunch of other places on the internet. So this is a really fun project, and it's a really fun one to take outside in the summer. So what you're going to need is a straw, a pencil eraser, 3 rocket fins that I've cut out of paper here, a rubber band, masking tape, this is really important, we'll use a lot of masking tape in this project, and a paper fastener or some other stiff object with a little bit of a lip on it, and you'll see how we're going to be using this. And I have a magnet here, and I will kind of explain what that's for as we go through the project. So I'm going to actually use my yellow straw here, and I'm going to start by cutting off most of the bendy end of the straw here, because I would like it to be a little bit shorter. And then the first thing I'm going to do for my project is tape on my rocket fins. So I'm going to tape them right above the bend here. You don't want them to go quite all the way to the bottom. Now, the best way to tape these on is to take a piece of your masking tape and actually put half of it on to your fin, like so, before you tape it on. And that way you can fold the other half of your masking tape and sort of get it evenly on your straw here. Alright, so we've got our first fin on, it looks like this. I'm going to go ahead and do the other 2 fins. So now you can see I have all 3 of my fins taped on using the same method I did for the first one. I tried to get them as evenly spaced as I could, so they're kind of on 3 sides of our rocket. So now we're actually almost halfway done with this project. So the second part of what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to make the top of your rocket a little bit heavier. So these fins are on the back to help it fly straighter. If you don't have the fins on the back, your rocket's going to wobble a little bit. So now we're going to make our rocket a little top heavy so it can fly farther and so it comes back down in a nice arc. So what the project that I saw recommended was using a glue stick. Sorry, not a glue stick, a hot glue gun piece. You know, the glue that you put inside a hot glue gun that melts down? Well, they recommended putting that in the tip of the straw. Now, I tried that out, and maybe we just have big glue sticks here at the library, but it was not able to fit in the end of my straw here. So I thought, you know, this might not work for you at home either. Let's get a little bit creative. So what I ended up doing was I needed something, and if you at home are going to try out this project and your glue stick doesn't work either, you need something small enough to fit in the end of your straw, but also kind of heavy. So what I ended up doing was taking an old magnet that we had here at the library, cutting off the end here, and then kind of rolling my magnet up. And I'm going to push this as far as I can into the end of my straw here. And I think that this is not going to be as heavy as a glue stick, but I think it can still kind of serve the same purpose of weighting it down a little bit. And you know, it was what worked well for me. So if you are doing this project at home and the glue stick's not working for you either, like I said, you're going to want to find something that you can either make or already is a cylinder so you can fit it inside your straw and is a little bit heavier so it provides that weight to make it fling a little bit farther. Okay, so the next step we're going to do is we're going to put our pencil eraser right over the end here and put a little bit of tape to just secure that down. Now, we actually only have one more step to do for our rocket, and that involves our pencil fastener. So you're going to put your pencil fastener on what you would consider the bottom of your rocket. So I'm going to put it right here, I think. And you're going to take a little bit of tape, and you're going to tape around the bottom of your paper fastener, because you're going to be using this as the lip that you're going to be flinging your rocket with. So let me get some tape. So there we go. This is our finished rocket. All right, so the last thing we have to do is make our catapult. So to do that, all we need is a popsicle stick and a rubber band, and we're just going to take a bit of our trusty masking tape here. And tape our rubber band onto our popsicle stick. All right, so this is not the best looking tape job I've ever done, but you get the general idea. You want your rubber band sitting up towards the top of your popsicle stick. I think in the video I watched, he even had it over the top of the popsicle stick, which I didn't quite do. But you want it right up top there. You want it taped down really well, because you're going to be pulling it back like this and flinging your rocket. All right, so we don't have a lot of room here for me to demonstrate this one, but to kind of try and show you what I'm talking about, we are going to take our rocket. You're going to put your paper fastener kind of hooked to your rubber band here. You're going to pull it back. Oop. Clearly it's going to take a little practice. You pull it back and fling it out. Now, like I said, if you are outside, you're going to want to pull farther back. You're going to hold your rocket a little bit differently, but I didn't want mine to go too far, so I just kind of did it that way. But yeah, so this is our catapult, and we've got our rocket, and that's our rocket launcher. Let's move on to our next project. All right, so we are going to move through this next project a little more quickly, because this is one I do at the library all the time and is one of my favorites to do. So for this, you are going to need 6 or 7 popsicle sticks, at least 5 rubber bands, and you should have one of those popsicle sticks have a bottle cap attached to the top, because this is going to be your catapult. I just taped mine for today, but I really recommend you hot glue it, especially if you think this is something you're going to keep using, because it obviously holds a lot better. So you're going to start by stacking up 4 or 5, I have 5 here, of your popsicle sticks, taking your first rubber band and wrapping it around the end. Then you'll take your second rubber band and wrap it around the other side. So this is going to be the base of your catapult. This works better if you have big popsicle sticks. We didn't have any left here at the library, probably from me making this project with kids. But you can use the small too, obviously. Just if you have the big ones, those work a little bit better. So the next part gets a little trickier. So you're going to want to put your sort of base on top of one of your popsicle sticks, and then set your catapult part of your top popsicle stick sort of so it makes a triangle with your bottom popsicle stick here, and the tips are touching. Now, the way you're going to secure this all together, if I pick it up here, is you're going to take another one of your rubber bands and sort of do a cross motion to wrap it one way. Then you'll take another and you'll go to the opposite side, so this side to this side, and you'll do this around, cross motion. That way. So at the end, you should have sort of an X with your rubber bands, and this is easier to see on the bigger ones, but your rubber bands make kind of an X to attach these two together. Now the last piece you're going to do is you're going to, since I've let my bottom two kind of come up here, I'm going to push them back together and use my last rubber band to secure them down. So when it's all said and done, it should look a little something like this. We've got the rubber band on the bottom, the cross, and then the base secured on the two ends, and your catapult is ready to go. My favorite thing to fling with this catapult is popsicle sticks. So if you bend your catapult down, here, let me actually set it up this way. You bend your catapult down and fling. We'll do one more. So you're gonna put your pom-pom right on the top of your catapult, bend it down, and fling it up. All right, so that is our second catapult project. All right, so those were our projects for today. Thank you so much for joining me for this summer series. I hope you were able to make some really fun things at home. We'll be taking a little break in August, but make sure you check back in September. We'll be doing another STEM series, but this time we're planning to have the materials for the projects available for you to pick up from the library and take home. We hope to see you then. Bye.